Hello, year 4 students. How is everyone? Today we're going to the new topic, which is Module 5, Eating Right. Year 4, Get Smart, page 49. Before we start our lesson, let's listen to a nice song about eating right.
I want something sweet. I want a cake. Let's go to the market and fill our basket. We need some sugar and some flour. We need 3 eggs for the cake. We need some butter and some milk and lots of yummy chocolate.
I want something fresh. I want a fruit salad.
Let's go to the market and fill our basket.
We need a pear and an orange. We need 2 peaches and an apple. We need some kiwis for the fruit salad and a big, big pineapple.
Alright, I hope everyone liked this song. Next, let's learn the vocabulary in this module.
Pear, peach, kiwi, basket, butter.
Alright, after listening to the song and the vocabulary, let's look at your textbook, Get Smart, page 49, Eating Right. From this picture that you see right now, can you please name out the food that you can find in the picture? For example, we have pear, we have peach, kiwi, butter, eggs, some tin food, apples, pineapples, so on and so forth. Next, today we're going to learn the grammar about countable and uncountable, but we will relate this to the food. Countable is a noun which can be counted, and normally they will have the article like a, an, a few, many, several, some, any, plenty of, a lot of, or a large number of. The example given here, it can be a book, an apple, a few pencils, many girls, and others. For countable, if the food they are using the word a, an, a few, or many, they are considered as countable food. Meanwhile, for uncountable, they are nouns which cannot be counted, and they will use a little, much, some, any, plenty of, a lot of, a large amount of, or a great deal of. For example, much water, a little rice, a lot of dust. So for uncountable food, normally they will use the word a little or much to differentiate between countable and uncountable food. Next, let's look at this page. Write the words in red in the correct box. We have sugar, flour, eggs, butter, milk, chocolate, pear, orange, peaches, apple, kiwis, and pineapple. I'll give an example here. For example, sugar is uncountable, so we can use some sugar. Flour is uncountable, so we can use some flour. Eggs are countable, so it can be an egg for one or some eggs for many eggs. And then so on and so forth, continue with the red words in the correct box. So I can count them, which is considered as countable food, include egg, pear, orange, peach, apple, kiwi, and pineapple. And for uncountable food that you can't count them, it is sugar, flour, butter, milk, and chocolate. Some and any are the words that you can use for both countable and uncountable. But how can we know when are we going to use for countable and when are we going to use it in uncountable? Here's an example. If it is singular for countable nouns, we can use a burger. When it is plural, which means more than one, it can be 2 or 3 burgers, many burgers, or some burgers. But for uncountable nouns, it cannot be any number for the food that is uncountable. For example, milk. When it is uncountable, you cannot mean it 2 milk. It can be some milk, which means there are more, but it cannot be 2 milk or 3 milk, many, so on and so forth are not acceptable. For uncountable, you can only use some. And for any, most of the time we use it when we are asking questions. For example, is there any orange juice in the fridge? Here we use any. For juice, which is uncountable. No, there isn't any orange juice, but there is some milk. So the milk here is also uncountable, so we use some. Here's another example. There is some cheese on the table. There isn't any ketchup on the table. Is there any milk on the table? So basically for negative, which they have the word isn't or aren't, we will use any instead of some. And as what we said just now, for question, most of the time we are asking using the word any. There are some Crispies on the table. There aren't any biscuits on the table. Are there any sandwiches on the table? Next, when is the time when you use how much or how many? For example, when it goes with uncountable, we have to ask how much. While when it is countable, we can use how many. For example, how much milk do you drink every day? Milk is uncountable. That's why we are using how much. How many glasses of milk do you drink every day? Both questions sound similar and they are actually having the same meaning, but the way when they are asking is different. Here they add on with glasses. So for glass, you can count it with like 1 glass of milk, 2 glasses of milk, so on and so forth. So for countable, it is the glass which is countable. Then we can use how many to ask about the milk when we add on a countable noun in front.